We are back and we see now that our experiment has been completed. Before taking a look at the output, allow me to click on the Experiment tab on the top side of the screen. Here is the place where we can find all of our experiments. We can see that the only experiment that we have is the baseline, and in case you follow the assignment so far, you should also see another experiment with the customized knobs. This Experiments tab gives us additional information on the target that we used, the dataset, the values that we chose for the accuracy, time, and interpretability knobs, the size of the experiment, the scorer, which in our case is AUC, the score values for training and testing, as well as the status and the time it took to complete the experiment. If you click on the three vertical dots on the left side of the experiment, you will see a new pop-up window from which you can choose one of the following options. Open the experiment, create an interpretation, create a new experiment out of the previous one, retrain the experiment, create a recipe, rename it, export or delete the experiment. We will click on Open so that we take a look at the results. On the experiment baseline page, we can observe that the progress wheel has disappeared, and in its place there is a section that appeared called Status Complete, and underneath we see a couple of options. Depending on what your latest driverless AI version is, mine is driverless AI 1.10.5, you can choose to interpret the model, diagnose the model on a new dataset, deploy the model, download predictions, summary, and logs, download AutoDoc, tune the experiment, and visualize and download the scoring pipeline. Just a side note on the latter one. H2O Driverless AI automatically generates both Python scoring and Java low latency scoring pipelines. The scoring pipeline is a unique technology that deploys the feature engineering and the winning machine learning model or ensemble in a highly optimized format that can be deployed anywhere. This technology is critical for enterprises running models that need fast scoring for real-time applications running on a range of devices. To download the scoring pipelines, you can click on the Download Scoring Pipeline button under the Status Complete and select between the Python scoring pipeline, available for experiments and interpreted models, and the Mojo scoring low latency pipeline, available for experiments with both Java and C++ backends. Let's say you want to download the Mojo scoring pipeline. Please click on Download Mojo Scoring Pipeline, and additional instructions will be provided to you in the Driverless AI user interface on how to use it. Then click on the Download button on the bottom of the window, and the zip file will be downloaded on your computer in a couple of seconds. So, to come back to the main output, not only do we see the status complete instead of the progress wheel, but the iteration data for validation has been stopped and the best model has been chosen. On the bottom left side of the screen, we can see the final AUC value, and on the right side of the screen, there is a new tab that appeared called Summary, which does exactly that. It gives a summary with respect to the experiment itself, the system specs, the timing for different intermediary steps, as well as the validation and the test score. Of course, this is just a short version of what we can find in the documentation that Driverless AI automatically generates when the experiment is complete. And I'm going to show you how to download it in just a bit.